Aloha and welcome to another Tinker's Academy video. I'm your host Kay Elmer, and this video is the first installment of a new series called Tinker Academy Product Reviews. So we're going to talk about a product called Silent Nights from a company called Lifewave. And before we begin, let me just do a little disclaimer. Appreciate your patience. Please note that the following video or product review is based on personal experience and is not intended as professional, medical, or legal advice. The opinions expressed in this review are unbiased and honest, but individual results may vary. The creator of this video has no affiliation, monetary or otherwise, with the product being reviewed. Please consult with your healthcare provider or legal advisor before using this product or taking any action based on the information provided. By watching this video, you acknowledge that you have read this disclaimer and release the reviewer and any affiliated parties from any liability that may arise from use of the product reviewed in this video or reliance on the information provided. So let's get right into it. So what is Lifewave? Well, it's a company that has product lines that are based on the concept of phototherapy. And what phototherapy is simply biophoton modulation. That's the fancy term for basically saying light therapy. And, over like decades and decades and decades, scientists have known that, the human body and all biological organisms are affected by light. We actually produce light. We use light. It's an energy source, and energy is frequency and all of that. So it's really, really important on how if you modulate the right levels of biophotons, you can literally help people with healing and wellness and that sort of thing. So it's a really well-established science in the healing arts. There are lots and lots of different products and devices on the market that fall into the category of phototherapy. And some of them are lamps, and some of you may have probably heard of the more popular ones like red light therapy, UV therapy, and so forth. And this is just one of the products in that that channel in terms of phototherapy. Now, the way that Lifewave does it is they do this thing where they created these patches. And I'll kind of just show you. Here's a little quick video off of their website. Fair use warning here, I just want to say. And so let me just kind of just share with you a description by Lifewave as to what their product is and how it kind of works. And then we'll kind of get into the more nitty-gritty detail. So here we go.
Humans actually emit infrared light, which can be seen with night vision devices. We've known for centuries that light has many effects on the body. Lifewave's phototherapy patches use light to stimulate the body's natural healing systems, providing specific health benefits. Here's how the technology works. First, a patch is applied to specific points on the body. Where the patch covers the skin, infrared light emitted from the body is reflected back into the tissue. This stimulates the skin, which in turn stimulates specific regions of the brain. The brain then taps into the body's own natural flow of energy and the ability to heal itself. Let's take a look at why this is important on a cellular level. For example, a number of our patch products help counteract free radicals, oxygen molecules that damage cell proteins and contribute to visible signs of aging.
I'm just going to leave it right there, and the video mentions other products, and so I just want to make a note that I'm reviewing one of many of the products that come in the form of these patches, and the one I'm reviewing obviously is called Silent Nights. So that's the idea here, is that it basically, and this is the description on the website of what that actual patch is comprised of, and it basically says, inside the patches is water, oxygen, glucose, and plant-based amino acids sealed between two pieces of plastic, and these materials are in crystal form the size of a nanometer, which is really, really, really tiny. When the light from our aura, which is essentially our infrared biophotons that our body emits, hits these crystals, it modifies that light and changes that frequency and mirrors it back onto the acupuncture points. So, uniquely, this is another modern science that also aligns with Chinese traditional medicine in terms of how the meridians are set up, are not set up, but exist in our bodies. And so it's taking advantage of that entire energy flow mechanism within our bodies to induce frequency back into our bodies by using our own body's energy to do so. Very, very clever. So the thing that I really kind of liked about Lifewave, and the reason I chose to select this product and give it a try, was that, there was some science behind it, and I'm very interested in that type of science. I'm a biohacker, and this kind of thing appeals to me. And even more so, I kind of want to just show you the website here, where basically this is their website. They have a flagship product called X39, and if you click on the shop button here, you'll kind of see all the different products that they offer in terms of different patches that they've got that do different things. And so again, their flagship is called X39, and it's to help your stem cells. That particular patch is to help you heal, chronic conditions, because that's what stem cells will do, right? They'll replace. So it creates it creates a frequency in your body to stimulate your own body now to produce more stem cells. So these patches don't actually do anything. They actually, they actually help your body do, help itself, kind of thing. And so basically, though, when I was kind of looking at, okay, what use case am I most, focused on right now? And that's getting a better night's sleep. So I chose the Silent Nights product, and that's what I'm reviewing, or that's what I've reviewed. So basically, the product costs $79.95 for 30 patches, and it comes in a little envelope like this. And so when you sign up for it, basically it automatically puts you into a subscription. And so once I tried the first batch, I did cancel my subscription. It was very easy to cancel. They don't try to hide the button or anything. And the description pretty much for Silent Nights was basically this: was Silent Night, elevates melatonin naturally so your body can peacefully dive deeply into the various restorative levels of sleep and awaken feeling refreshed. Okay, so that's the idea here. This patch, the frequencies of these crystals when interacting with your own biophoton energy helps your body produce more melatonin, and that's kind of the basis of this. So, I thought I'd give it a try. One of the other things that I really want to stipulate about Lifewave, I am very impressed with them. All of their technology is patented. There's a patent right here. There's actually multiple patents. This is just on the basic technology of the patch idea, and then they have specific patents for specific patches. So this is the one specifically to biomolecular wearable apparatus, and that's what this patent is for the concept of patches itself. Again, this is one of many patents you can find on their website, and specific to the actual sleep patch or the Silent Nights patch, they have 2 studies on their website where they actually had them tested by a company called Sheely Wellness Center in Missouri. And so just to kind of give you a quick overview of what the study was about, essentially it was a sleep study with 25 individuals suffering from insomnia that were entered into the study. And they basically were given the Sleep Nights patches that you can buy on the website, and they were told to place one of the patches on one of specific 5 specific acupuncture points at bedtime. So it's really kind of important because there's multiple meridian acupuncture points, right? And so you kind of need to know for what point on your body does which patch go on, so it's really important, kind of read the studies to figure out what works best. The studies will tell you what works best. The web page itself wasn't very informative, just tell you that. But if you read the studies, it's very informative. So you pick one of these 3. I actually picked the right here, the temple. So I basically was, I'm not sure, sorry. So anyway, I picked my right temple and my third eye point to actually place the patch for myself. And then, so that's what the 25 individuals in the study did. They put a patch on one of those 5 points. At the end of the day, they measured the individuals using multiple different measurement processes. And basically, they look at the Zung score, the total life symptoms process. There's just different methodologies, ESS test, daytime sleepiness, so they had measured them all sorts of different ways, and it was either useful or not useful in the study. So in the ESS test, they discovered that 72% had normal daytime sleepiness, so it really didn't affect the daytime sleepiness of the majority of the people. However, 80% had good quality of sleep through the LSEQ test, and that 88% had improved the length of sleep using a test called PSQT. So that was kind of really interesting. So 80% had good quality, and even more important to me specifically is that 88 had improved length of sleep, which is my challenge, is that I don't get to sleep very long. And then 72% had improved length of sleep on the analog scale. So they used different ways to measure the results, which I like because there's 5 different ways to measure the results. And most of the testing that they did actually showed, an overall summary here, is that Lifewave Silent Nights improved quality of sleep, length of sleep, and decreased daytime sleepiness in 72% or more of these 25 individuals. So that's the study. So after reading the study, taking a look at the patent, not a lot of information on the webpage, I decided to go ahead and give this thing a try. And so that's kind of what the basis of my decision was. The last thing I want to kind of comment on is that the founder that created all of this, and you'll see his name in the patent right here, Basically, David Schmidt, he's the one that created this and started the company. And basically everything I found out about him, it sounds very reputable. And then in terms of like the community, it's very active. There's lots and lots on YouTube about the Lightwave patches in general, and I think it's tied to the fact that the company has decided to market their product through distributors that they call brand partners, and so it's kind of like an MLM thing, but more so a partnership thing where people like normally, what I've seen so far is doctors, clinicians, healers, practitioners, all these different individuals, and healing health influencers and so forth are actually the ones that are signing up as brand partners and marketing this. I actually was in contact with one of those brand partners. Is how I found out about Lightwave. So now, from my personal experience, I basically ordered the product and I got the little envelope. It's got 30 little patches. This is what they look like. And I got the little brochure that comes with it. And that's really what the company, all they sell you is this little, that's it. And the brochure just says, put it on for 12 hours, see page 7 where to play it. So so see page 7. So this is again right here is based on the information booklet guide that came with the patches. I placed it right here on my right temple, and then I alternated with my third eye spot on the forehead. So this is kind of what I did, following the instructions given to me that came with the product. And so overall, my experience was with these patches is the patch placement was okay. The patches fit where they're supposed to go. They stick on until you peel them off. But the thing that was a challenge for me was remembering to put these patches on. It's just not something that you do every night is put a sticker on your head. So I got to admit, it was kind of I had to set a timer to remind myself to put these things on, or I would have completely forget. In fact, I did this over a 3-week time, and there were 2 nights I completely forgot to do it. So it was really hard to build that memory of just putting these things on. So that was one of the experiences that I had doing this. The other thing was the timing. The timing, there's no guidance at all that says when you're supposed to put this thing on. It's other than it says put it on at bedtime and wear it for 12 hours. And so, but the whole problem is I go to bed at different times of the day. But the key thing for me though is I only sleep 5 hours a night. And I'm kind of what they refer to as biphasic. I sleep twice a day. It's that whole siesta culture thing where you sleep a little bit at night and you sleep a little bit in the daytime, and together that's your quote sleep quota for the day. So biphasic individuals will sleep twice a day. So I sleep 5 hours, and that is ingrained in my head. I have been doing that for decades, and I just my biggest goal in life is just I wish I could sleep average 7 hours a night, because then I wouldn't be tired during the day. And so that's kind of what I was trying to address in terms of buying this product. So the timing of it was how that came into play was at first I just did it at bedtime and for the first week, and then I didn't get any really results from it. So then I started putting it on 2 hours early. And then here's the thing though, right? If you put it on either 2 hours earlier or at bedtime, if you only sleep 5 hours, or let's say you only sleep 7 hours, and to wear this thing for 12 hours means when you wake up, you're going to wear this thing for like 5 more hours. And it didn't make any sense to me, because if the thing is supposed to be, basically helping your body create melatonin, you don't want to be creating melatonin in the morning. You want to be waking up. So you want to stop producing melatonin in the mornings. So it didn't make a lot of sense to me. And that's kind of one of those issues with this product that I had, was if I were to wear it for 12 hours, wouldn't I be putting this thing on 5 hours before bed and then taking it off when I wake up? So it was kind of that weird, there's lack of guidance there, and that's just what I wanted to share with you. The other thing was, and that was the whole duration thing, the 12 hours, and again, the comfort. Now, one of the things about me is I'm very sensitive to anything placed on my skin, and I can't really even wear Band-Aids. And so I was very surprised that these stickers had no effect on me at all. I mean, they didn't cause any rashes or anything like that. So I found them to be very hypoallergenic in terms of causing any rashes, because you are putting a sticker on your head or on your body every single night while you're doing this. And so the comfort level was pretty good. I had no issues with comfort. I had no issues with patch placement, there's a lot of I did kind of struggle with timing and duration, and that was kind of what I went through. So now obviously I had a 30-day supply that I could have gone 4 weeks with, but I actually only did the study for my personal experiment for 3 weeks. And so here's my graph of the number of hours I slept per night for the 3 weeks, minus the 2 nights that I forgot to put it on. And the overall average is 5.26. So statistically, nothing changed over the time period. And you can see where, there are nights where I sleep, 5 hours is my average. Sometimes on a rare occasion, I'll get 7 hours. Sometimes on a rare occasion, I will get less, or actually more often than not, I'll get less hours of sleep at night. I just wake up. But the overall issue, though, was over the 19 days or 3-week trial, it was basically the average was 5.26. So at the end of this experiment, I didn't see any results, and for me, and so that's just my review, is that I did not find any results, and I don't feel this really would work well for me in terms of what I'm trying to accomplish. So overall, my new thing is the product reviews Tinkometer, and so I kind of just have, in terms of how it met my expectations, it was really low. It did not meet my expectations, but not very low. And I want to kind of distinguish what the difference is that I know that, okay, when I read the study, those folks that got 80%, 88%, right? They did it for 25 days. I only did it for 19. Okay, so obviously, I didn't do it the full length of time. I did kind of move the patch around to 2 different spots. Maybe I could have tried different spots. And then when I actually reached out to the company rep that I was working with or talking to, she indicated that, there's a lot of different causations for sleeplessness, and maybe, choosing a patch that produces melatonin or helps your body produce melatonin is not the best direction to have taken. And really to kind of do a lot more analysis as to what's actually causing my biphasic reaction. And to me, it's like, well, it's not stress because, it's been that way for 20 years. And in 20 years, so anyway, so the whole idea was like, there needed to be a lot more analysis to it. And then, of course, she also recommended 2 other products that I could try to kind of address my sleep issue. And again, she recommended the X39, saying that, everybody who takes, or, that was kind of the quote was, most people, I guess would be a better phrasing, of people who take the X39 patch have really good sleep. And maybe that might be the solution to my problem. So that's kind of it. But this is a product review of Silent Nights. And Silent Nights, in my experience, did not meet my expectations in terms of helping me even a little bit over the course of time that I did try it. And lastly, I just want to let you know why I stopped at 19 days. It basically, honestly, I just got tired of putting those things on my head. I'll just be honest with you. I don't like putting stuff on my body. And so this is just a modality that didn't work for me because I just don't like it. I just don't like the whole thing about putting stickers on myself. So that's really it. I mean, it's kind of personal, right? But now, in terms of, I just want to stipulate as well, I mean, I have a red light lamp. I've got a big one, and I don't mind at all standing in front of it for 10 minutes. Like a hot dog or something, just flipping back and forth. And so, because it's only 20 minutes of my life, and I don't have to, it's just easier ways of doing different things, right? Or actually different ways of doing the same thing, in terms of trying to get biophoton modulation treatment. So that's kind of it for me. So bottom line, at the end of the day, my review of Silent Nights from Lifewave was pretty much, it did not meet my expectations. And whether or not I'll possibly try X39, I'm not sure. As you know, as I mentioned, Silent Night sells for $79.95. The X39 patches for a month is about $149, I believe. So it is a lot more pricier. So, whether or not I'm going to try it, I'm still on the fence. But anyway, that's my review. Thank you for your time this morning. Actually, it's morning here while I'm doing this. And so thank you so much for watching this product review. I hope you stick around for a lot more other product reviews, as I'll be kind of just going through my entire inventory of all this different stuff I've collected over the years, and kind of just giving you a product review so you can kind of understand how it works and how it works for me. And thank you again for watching the video. If you want to know more about me, you can come to the Tinkers Academy. Just type in tinkers.academy in your URL window, and it'll go right to my blog. I also have a chat group on Telegram centered around health and healing. We've got lots of different healers in there. There's around 400 people and growing in terms of healers, and everyone that just sits there and talks about stuff like this and other devices and other modalities and just really good health advice and discussions in that chat group. So you're more than welcome to join. I'll put the links in the video description below. All right. Well, thank you very much, and have a great day. Aloha.